We're all set to bring you a terrific contest here as these two divisional rivals renew acquaintance this time this season. There's always a little something extra at stake when these teams face off.
It's the Jets going up against the Dolphins.
With that, let's send it out to our broadcast team. Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with this Week 2 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to rain-soaked Miami, Florida. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Now to throw on first. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. 2nd down, Hackenberg. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A very solid gain of 27. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
On 1st and 10, Hackenberg. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
They'll throw again, Hackenberg. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the 1st quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And that linebacker group today could be very key.
As we were preparing for this game, you pointed out to me as we were watching film that the linebackers look like an elite unit. I agree with you totally. They move around, fly to the football, and take it away from offenses.
Hackenberg on 2nd down. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. And a look now at how the Jets line up defensively.
Sheldon Richardson's talent is absolutely immense. And when he plays on the defensive line, it's a difficult task to block him.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going right side here, and that's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Jets take possession. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of it.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, here's nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Let's go, Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! 190!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback right in the face of him.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go now. Blue, landed. Blue, all right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw now with Hackenberg. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Hackenberg. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this drive will start in enemy territory as that gets out of bounds on this side of the 50. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Miami. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Throwing again, Hackenberg on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Hackenberg on 3rd and 2. It's caught. Shepard. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Second down now after the incompletion.
Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, Hackenberg again. And that's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And now it's third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On third down, Hackenberg to Shepard, complete over the middle. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Back down in that Philly, here we go. Back down in that Philly, here we go.
Hackenberg looks to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. This from 54 yards away. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Brad Nordman now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll try and start this drive in the air, and they'll get him down here at the 23. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Second down now after the pass completion.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Ohio, come on, let's go. Here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. And throw right side complete to Parker. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A good pickup there at 22. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Here's Hackenberg. And he will find his man on the outside. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Hackenberg. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. A second down throw for Hackenberg. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Ten yards to go on third. On third down, Hackenberg. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. Well, they went for all the marbles there on that long pass. He caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
So difficult, isn't it? Because you have so many things you're going through on that play, trying to get open, trying to catch the ball, and still get your feet down to complete the process of the play. Not successful on that attempt.
So now it's first and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. So backed up to the 6 now. Third and goal. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Their big tight end in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here comes Grant on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A handoff as they run the counter play. Cut back, left sideline. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you up to Orlando. And with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Larry Ridley. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. It'll go as a gain of 12. And the Dolphins are going to get a first down.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Ohio! Let's go! What?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll look to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. For pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Back near his goal line, it's Hackenberg. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. the 24-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Let's go. 190. 190.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. In motion comes the tight end left.
Flex round. Flex round.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. They come out here in the eye. And now a carry here for their fullback. Stays on his feet. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. All right, now, lucky 56.
Hackenberg on 2nd down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Give him 30 yards there.
If post pattern is often equated as a change-up route, how about when you throw it to your big guy down the center of the field? Covered or not, you have great confidence he's going to come down with the football. And when he does, as we just saw, long gains often result.
Hackenberg now from the 50. Flushed out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they got 29 yards there. And the Jets are going to have a first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Hackenberg. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
Red 38. Red 38. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. 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 Ohio.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Red 38. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll set up a throw. Finding his target, it's Cody Latimer. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in Miami. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And throw right side complete to Parker. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Matt Darr now, standing right around the midfield stripe. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And New York set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. 2nd down, they need less than a yard to pick up the 1st. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets have taken the lead. Well, that one's hard to believe. Not something you see every day. A very long run for the big guy. Normally we see his counterpart, right? The scat back, the guy with the so-called speed. But we saw a little bit of everything there, didn't we? The big, powerful man with the football. He can also stretch it out a little bit in the open field. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20
as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol.
Ohio! Here we go! Ohio!
Now they try the right side here. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Second down following the run.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward. Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now off to the races down the right side. 20. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. He's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Leopard! Leopard! That's right now. Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Everyone's looking for the big runs, the explosive runs, the 20 to 30-yard plays. But anytime you're picking up good yardage and setting yourself up on down and distance, offenses love that too.
On 3rd and 1, here's Hackenberg. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So out now come the Jets. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They come out here in the eye. Following the interception, here's Hackenberg. Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Hitting the home stretch here in a great game, a tie game. Let's see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back. On 1st and 10, Hackenberg. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. 1st and goal here from the 2. On the give, this is their fullback. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Ball spotted at the 4. It's 2nd and goal. They run. Devontae Freeman. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now then, it's a big kick right there to give him the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this one's not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out come the Dolphins now. to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
When a ball's tipped in the air and falls incomplete, sometimes it's almost insignificant, but not in this game because 3 interceptions have already been thrown. So when this one got tipped in the air, you just had to wonder, could this be the 4th? Instead, it falls incomplete, and the guys on offense breathe a sigh of relief.
10 yards still left on second down. The slot man in motion right. He'll look to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Many times the mindset of a play caller after a quarterback's thrown an interception on the previous drive is to come right back and give them a throw to get their confidence back. Give them something easy, get a completion, kind of get them settled again. Instead, this ball was tipped in the air and almost turned into an interception. Offense trying to make a big play, defense trying to make a big play, turned into an incompletion. So now maybe they can back off a little bit, try to relax and get him something.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Hackenberg to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And he puts it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And 1 second remains. They just do spike it in time. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, They had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly. Wise beyond his years. So for the Jets, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.